$36 trillion debt. Elon Musk says America is drowning in loans. A nation once hailed as the richest in the world, a hub of science, technology, and innovation, is now striking itself with an axe. Yes, we are talking about the United States. But this isn't a story of war, terrorism, or a natural disaster. This is the story of an invisible economic tsunami whose waves are slowly shaking the very foundation of America. And the loudest warning of this tsunami has come from none other than Elon Musk, the man who dreams of sending humans to Mars, who pioneered the electric vehicle revolution. Now, Elon Musk is calling Donald Trump's new tax bill the debt slavery bill and warns that America is heading toward a life of debt bondage. Today, we'll dive deep into this issue. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our latest videos. Let's begin. It is believed that the debt America is under today is far beyond what anyone could imagine. According to official US figures from the US Treasury, the national debt of America has now crossed $36 trillion. This number is not only massive to hear but also extremely dangerous, because it is 22% higher than America's GDP. In other words, the country owes more than the total value of goods and services it produces in a year. One of the most influential economists, John Maynard Keynes, once said, "If you owe your bank £100, you have a problem. But if you owe $1 million, it has." And this quote fits perfectly in the case of the US. Because now, this debt is not just America's problem, it could shake the entire global financial system. To simplify this further, consider this comparative example. India's entire economy currently stands at about $4.2 trillion. And America's debt is $36 trillion, which is nearly 8 times India's entire economy. This gives you an idea of the debt swamp America is sinking into. And this swamp keeps getting deeper as governments continue to spend recklessly while cutting taxes. Elon Musk has called it an economic tsunami. He said that Trump's tax bill, the Omnibus spending bill, will push America another $1 trillion deeper into debt. Musk believes that if this bill passes, a large portion of the government's income in the coming years will go solely toward paying interest on the debt. The result? Massive cuts across all sectors including social security, healthcare, and the defense budget. This isn't just a political debate. It directly affects the wallet of the average American citizen, their pension, their medicines, their jobs. Musk stated that if things continue this way, the US will soon reach a point where the government collects taxes just to pay interest on debt. You'd be surprised to know that the US has been in debt since its very inception. In 1791, when America was newly formed, it already had $75 million in debt. But that figure has now multiplied millions of times over. In 2023 alone, the US spent over $1 trillion just on interest payments. Think about that. Just paying interest in 1 year cost as much as a quarter of India's entire economy. These numbers are anything but normal, and Elon Musk's concern is anything but ordinary. There's another crucial aspect of this entire development that needs to be understood. Trump's proposed tax bill eliminates the tax credits given for electric vehicles. This directly impacts Musk's company, Tesla. In other words, this bill could not only worsen the country's financial condition but also slow down America's green energy and electric vehicle revolution. Elon Musk also believes that Trump's tariff policies, especially the heavy import duties on China and other countries, have deepened the risks of inflation and recession. According to Bloomberg, the US growth rate has been downgraded to 1.4%, and there's now a 30% probability of a recession. Some of the world's top financial experts now seem to agree with Elon Musk's concerns. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, has also warned that if governments do not control spending, this debt could turn into an economic explosion. Meanwhile, Ray Dalio, considered one of the world's most successful hedge fund managers, has stated that if global trust in America's current financial system falters, the US will have to face a full-blown debt crisis. The Council on Foreign Relations, in a report, stated that if structural reforms are not implemented, America's national debt could double again in the next 30 years. At that point, the government would neither have the capacity to invest in defense nor the strength to improve infrastructure. Social welfare programs would become a distant dream. In such a situation, Elon Musk is repeatedly warning that America must now rein in its spending. Unnecessary programs need to be curtailed. Otherwise, the very America the world has always seen progressing will be shackled in the chains of debt. It would also be a mistake to dismiss Musk's concerns as mere pressure from the business lobby, because he is a visionary himself. He says that if America wants to regain stability, the government must do what every wise citizen does: spend according to its income. In a video, Elon Musk said, "We must not take American prosperity for granted. We now have to become what our ancestors were: brave, wise, and responsible. You can build a building on debt, but it won't stand for long. When the world's largest economy itself begins to stagger, its impact is felt across the globe, and India is no exception. A US recession would affect India's exports, foreign investment, and tech industry. However, sectors like defense manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, and agriculture might find new opportunities amidst the turmoil. That's why this story isn't just about America, it's about the entire world. Because whenever America sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold. And if this time America contracts economic pneumonia, the global economy could land in the ICU.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls, and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.